Everybody, welcome to Snow Talk on this Thursday afternoon. Quick update for the system that's going to be heading our way for Monday. Kind of some minor changes there, and then we'll talk a little bit more in the longer term today compared to what I did yesterday. First off, on the board, yes, I did add in the 16th through the 19th. I'll explain why that is the case coming up here a little bit later. You know, I always put that at the end, right? We've had most areas seeing, only just a few clouds in the edges of wave country, but overall it's been nice and clear, but chilly. We're still one of the warmer spots. PLA right now is the winner at 46. We're 45. We should end up about 46, maybe 47, probably 46 will end up being our high for this afternoon. So cold start. We dipped all the way down to about 29 here in Louisville this morning. All right, this year we're going to be tracking for tonight. This is one of the soundings from the NAM model. It's indicating some low-level moisture. See that white line? That's right at the surface, and it's popping in. Now, that's a symbol normally for freezing rain, but in this scenario, you can see that the atmosphere is dry. These lines are far apart, the moisture line and the temperature line. So this is a situation for the potential for freezing fog. Not only tonight, it also shows up again tomorrow night in a very similar fashion. Now, when we look at our fog cast for later on tonight, we notice the visibilities do reduce, and you see these red lines. This is the freezing line that shows up. So there could be some patchy areas of freezing fog. It really will depend on mainly the areas that are sheltered the most from any type of wind. But again, it's at an overly moist profile. There is a lot of dry air above our heads, so it's going to be a very shallow layer of fog, but it won't take much to cause some minor icing on bridges and overpasses. So we'll have an update on that, of course, coming up today beginning at 5, let you know if that's still going to be an issue. So we'll watch it carefully. All right. Meanwhile, as we head into this weekend, no major problems. Sunday night into Monday, that's when our weak upper low kind of moves through. We get the typical reflection that gets transferred into more of a surface low off the Carolina coast. That'll be the dominant low that'll go up the eastern seaboard as we head into later next week. The upper low feature, it's very weak as it passes over. The GFS has finally caught on and moved it up to a Sunday night, Monday kind of deal. But again, there's not a lot of moisture to work with. It is showing a little pocket of cold air that is marginal for something in the frozen form. Timing's everything on this. Here's the NAM model, just now being able to see it. Again, not a lot of moisture. 850 temps are marginal for the chance to maybe pick up some ice pellets and around the area. Here's the Euro, very similar deal. Again, very even weaker today than was yesterday with the upper feature. So I'll let Ryan and Kevin decide how to handle that forecast for Sunday night and Monday morning. But again, there's not a lot of moisture, and it's a very iffy cold profile. So it may very well be nothing for a lot of us. It may be so dry that a lot of that may even reach the ground. So that's one minor change that we have to Sunday night into Monday. All right, then we head into the end of the week, and the GFS is showing, actually this is the Euro, the European showing a low pressure moving in. Still some argument how this is going to play out. This low pressure moving in, is it going to be more to our west or right over us, but potential for rain next weekend. Then the GFS, this was the 16th system yesterday. It has moved it back to the north and west. Kind of figured that was going to happen given the indices. A rather large system, and I still feel that we either will have a heavy rain event or even some severe weather that we will have to get through before we get into a colder pattern. That still looks to be a possibility the way this is shaping up. But as I've mentioned several times before, when you get systems like this that look to be large systems down the road, it's all about the spacing between the system you have on the map and the one behind it. And the GFS, once again, is trying to quickly move a piece of energy in behind this bad boy. So when that happens, by the 17th and 18th, we get into a period where we get more of a southern track, and there is much more colder air to work with. So that's why I went ahead and bit the bullet on this and put it on the board. I'm going to keep it at a very low confidence because it's the Euro can't see out that far, so the GFS has kind of an advantage here to be able to. But it would make sense if it were able to be that fast and progressive that it would be able to take advantage of the trough of the larger system on the 14th. Some support for that on the ensembles. Here are the GFS ensembles showing some colder air. It puts us right on the edge, potentially for something more wintry by the 16th through the 19th period. And even the Canadian model is now coming in with a little bit of support on that. The NAO is trying to trend toward neutral, maybe negative by that period. And so is the EPO, by the way, is trying to trend more neutral, possibly negative. So we're seeing some signs for the first time in quite some time that the indices may be trying to adjust by the middle portion of the month. But we have been teased with this before and see it go away. So I don't want to get everybody too excited about a change for the second half of December. But as far as anything that we're tracking right now over the next 14 days or so, I think it would be that system between the 14th. It would be a rain system. Then hopefully we'll have something on its heels to be able to provide us with something a little more wintry. For you snow fans, for you snow haters, then you don't want anything like that. I get it. But that's the only thing, wintry, really, that I see that looks somewhat promising, and even that is a stretch. Between now and then, it's still going to be remaining a pretty much a warm pattern. We'll watch at freeze and thaw potential, though, the next couple of mornings, so make sure to get an update today beginning at 5 o'clock. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon and evening.